Wow, junkies, you're listening to PWncast. I'm your temporary host, Belle, filling in for Eli, who is off searching for a loon's blessing in the woods of Colorado. It is July 19th in patch 5.4.8. This episode is a very special episode for the three of us. Eli and Mass Medic are actually not here tonight, which means me, Frysa, wave Frysa, and Spam, wave Spam, have been left to take care of the house while the parentals are away. But, of course, we are super responsible, so we do promise to follow all the rules. Kind of. Also, you might have noticed we are now a video podcast. You guys asked. We listened. We will also have an audio-only version available for iTunes and many of our other interweb places that we post. For today's show, we are going to talk about, not the t-shirts, for sure. We're going to talk about the new zone previews for Warlords of Draenor. We're going to talk about the new Draenei and Undead 3D female models that WoW had posted yesterday. The beta key giveaway that's ongoing, I believe they're in week 3. 50 WoW fun facts. Who are the old gods? WoW lore, so we're going to bring in some WoW lore. And the continuing PWncast mount/pet giveaway. Of course, I did bring the honey badgers with me. I did bring the mage who ice blocks into a troll fetish, Frysa.
I love that one. That should be my official one. I think it's awesome. I don't know what I'm doing in that fetish. I don't really know what's happening in the ice block.
Many of our listeners, viewers have imaginations.
Should it be like what happens in the ice block stays in the ice block?
That's right. That's right.
I'm doing fine. It's a great day here on a Saturday evening. It's awesome. I love it.
Where's your beach ball?
I didn't know I had a beach ball in my house, and then I was watching myself on Skype, and I realized that I had a beach ball behind. And I also had a different Horde shirt on, and I was eating a pizza, and I made a mess of that shirt. So I ended up having to switch out to another Horde shirt that I have.
You will actually be able to see those bloopers because I did record the pre-show, so I will make sure that you guys see that in the bloopers. Also, make sure you get your eggs ready because here comes the one and only Spamburger. Hi, Spam.
What does that mean?
Hi, guys.
I don't know. It just spam and eggs goes well together. Eli's not here. What do you want me to do?
Spam goes good with everything. People make it in breakfast because it's like bacon-y.
It originally was thought to be only a white trash delicacy, but I have learned, even though I grew up in a trailer, that more than just white people eat Spam.
It's
Hawaiian people love Spam. It's a Hawaiian delicacy.
All right, guys, let's talk about our week in WoW.
The Spamburger's delight. It comes in like 50 different varieties. Next time you're at the Wally World, you should check out a can of Spam.
And you don't have to cook it.
And he means pay for it. He doesn't mean just take it and walk away, because we want to make sure that...
you don't have to cook it. I recommend cooking it.
I've eaten it raw. It's not bad if you don't have to cook it. All right, let's talk about our week in WoW. Frysa, I already know what you did this week, but why don't you tell everybody else that doesn't know?
What did I do? What did I do?
You don't know what you did this week in WoW?
Well, on my ally, I was... I'm getting almost full Grievous on that already. Definitely kind of different playing on a different realm, like a role-playing realm like I'm in now, because I don't necessarily know all the facts and rules about...
Or where anything is?
No, about how they share the realms together when you match up. And for an example, we're doing a couple PvPs, and on the realm I'm on now, in Argent Dawn, the Alliance doesn't win anything. Now, on the realm that I come from, which is Prodmore, I don't know whether it linked me, which I'm pretty sure it did, with other Alliance realms, because the Alliance realms on Prodmore and the Alliance, the Prodmore that I was on, my God, the realm Prodmore I was on was overwhelmed with the Alliance, and I was a Horde, and I never won a BG in a couple years. We didn't win anything for literally like months upon months upon a time. We never, ever won a BG. And I was like, I wonder if we'd like to be Alliance. Well, I'm Alliance now, and I can't win against the Horde.
It's because you can't heal.
That's true. That's true. But
Same.
I don't understand that. I know. Here's what's weird is I was doing a couple BGs on my realm that I'm on now for my alliance tune, and it ended up putting us against Tichondrius realms and Dark Spear and Mal'Ganis, and we didn't stand a chance. And it's I wonder if that's the issue here. If it's putting us with PvP realms, and we're a role playing realm, and it seems like the people that we're with don't really care about PvP, and it keeps putting us against realms that are all about PvP. And we don't stand a chance. It's obvious. It's obvious. I was playing with your husband today, and it's real obvious that we can't even get out of the graveyard half the
My
game.
theory on that
Go ahead.
is I've been on AD for a long time, and yeah, we've got a whole lot of other PvP realms in that battle group with us,
Yeah.
and you just gotta take those licks. It's the school of hard knocks, Argentina, baby.
But when we're on fire, we will win literally 20, 30 in a row. When it is that day for Alliance, I mean, you got to ride that train for as long as you can stay awake, because you're never going to get that day again for at least a few days. But yeah, and then I just recently learned about the bots, so that makes a lot of sense too.
Yes, the bots are a big factor. I get on about 4 in the morning for the most part, and when we go against the Horde, we win every single time at that point because it looks like we just go against a bunch of bots the whole time.
Yeah.
They're not doing nothing to us. It'll take like 7 of them to kill one person. So we just run around all the bots, and we just do our own thing while that's happening. So it's pretty fun when that 4 in the morning, but before that, it's not fun at all. But yeah, I guess we have had moments where we do win a lot in a row.
We do.
I mean, that's why I'm almost all grievous, because in one day I'll get like 3 pieces of armor just in one day. But then I'll go 3 days after that without, I won't win one.
What about you, Spam? What'd you do this week? Hi. What's up?
She called me a bluff.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm multitasking on multiple screens, so I'm getting a little cross-eyed. I was looking at the Wowhead beta key giveaway, and there's all kinds of references to I assume it has to do with this molten corgi. They're sending us back to molten core because of the molten corgi. So I went back because Spam is actually only 16 or so months old. I went back to get those old achieves on my new account.
Nice.
And I ran some old content. I did it by myself because no one wanted to go. I'm not sure how I feel about like some to take people 5 hours to do. I did in like 25 minutes with my one tune.
Hey, don't you judge people. Some of us it took a little bit longer, okay?
Longer than 5 hours?
No.
Oh, you did it this week too?
No, I already had it done, actually. I went and checked, and I had done them a long time ago. Which is code for somebody probably ran me through it, because everything Molten Core related, Blackwing, Lair, Upper Spire, all of that confuses me to no end.
You know, I mean, I started in vanilla, but I leveled up just before Burning Crusade came out. So for me, it was kind of hard to get people to do this stuff. Eventually, when I became overpowered, I went back and did all that, but I didn't get to do it when it was brand new. I did all the BC and Lich King stuff when it was brand new. But I wasn't there for Molten Core and Blackwing Lair when it was the shiznit. And I kind of wish it did. I'm nostalgic for that stuff.
Well, all right, awesome. Well, in WoW this week, this is going to depress me. So this whole week, for those that know me, the beginning of the year I went on this time-lost proto-Drake kick, and I camped for months. Nothing happened. I finally gave up and said, I'm wasting my time, whatever. So something last week sparked in me, and I decided to camp again. So here I am with my MPC scan, my overlay. I've gathered all the data from the multiple people of the different times, the way that it shares the spawn time with Vigrosa, like all these things. So here I've been camped. I camp during the day while I'm at work, because as you see my work screens behind me, I work from home. So see nothing. I kill Vigrosa a few times throughout the week, no time loss. all of a sudden Frysa decides he wants to do Battlegrounds. And it's like 11 o'clock my time, which is 1 o'clock server time. So I'm thinking, okay, I could do it in between and then just come back and make sure he doesn't get killed. In that time, I go back to the map after our Battlegrounds and after our dungeons, and well, Time Loss was killed. It wasn't by me. So thank you to my supposed good friend Frysa, because I lost my only chance to kill Time Loss. So now I'm back at it camping, and I think I'm probably going to stop camping tonight and then probably pick it back up next week. That's literally all I've done. I've camped, watched Netflix, camped, watched Netflix. That's it. That's my weekend. Wow.
She's assuming that she would have got it in the first place, which is not a guarantee. So I don't.
But the great thing is, yesterday I was camped, and my guildies, I said I need somebody to bring me refreshments. Then all of a sudden, here comes two of my guildies. One of them being Dylan, who is my raid leader and one of my marshals. He came and he brought me some alcoholic beverages. And another guildie of mine, Iron, he said, I'm going to camp on the other side by Oldar, and I'm going to tell you if I see him spawn. So at least I had friends. And that one Horde, the one Horde I have to tell you guys about. If the one lonely Horde that has been on Argent Dawn has seen me camped and stops and waves at me, thank you. This guy comes around 6 or 7 times through a 12-hour camp session. He stops, he waves, and then he goes on about his merry way. Literally. Every single day I see the same Horde. If it is you, thank you, because you have given me something to look forward to.
That is awesome.
It is. I hate Horde, all of you. I hate all of the Horde, but that is a nice guy.
If that was Tychondrius, I would have killed that guy every day.
So, whatever.
I would look forget the Drake. I'll just be looking for him.
Don't be Frysa's friend. If you're battle tag friends with him, Recklessness, I know you're battle tag friends with him. Do me a favor and delete him. Just do it. Do it.
So, you need me to be strong.
Okay, I'm done. That's my weekend WoW, and I'm going to actually...
Fives. We're going to do fives
We
next
are going to
season.
do fives. And you guys should pay attention, because we're going to start posting our arenas and battleground recordings, because we're all recording for you guys. So if there's something specific you guys want recorded as far as PvP goes, or even just content related, just let us know on the Facebook page and we can do that. I'm going to turn it over to Spam and let Spam tell you about the new zone previews and the new capital city that was posted on Wowhead.
Yeah, I wish I had a beta key. I'd check out the crap out of this PvP zone. And Asheran, bring on my beta key. What else can I say? It looks great. They've shown us like screenshots. I mean, it looks like World of Warcraft. It looks like new World of Warcraft. I can't wait to dive on in. But I'm still waiting for my beta key. I went through all the bells and whistles this week. I soloed Molten Core and Black Wiggler by myself. Man.
Did you do that on Twinkle?
No, on that account, I had it for a long. Didn't you see my video?
Oh, I did.
I posted a video of 50 core hounds chomping on Spamburger, and he's just standing there kind of
Oops.
like doing one of these.
So what's the new capital city on Wowhead?
What's that?
What's the new capital city? They posted is Ashram the new capital city?
Asheran is the PvP zone. They just added it to the live beta build. So they've been talking about it and building up and giving us little bits and pieces. But now the people that are in the beta are able to actually go in there and start chewing on each other. And this is the weekend. This is PvP weekend in that WoW beta, and we all I know this guy wishes he was there.
That sounds so cool.
If I had a beta key, I would I told you guys 2 weeks ago, if I had a beta key, I'd stop playing the live game, and all I'd be doing is beta. I'm pretty much convinced I'm going to be a druid next.
We're all druids. Remember, we're all druids.
This guy's been talking for weeks now about we should all be druids. Druids are overpowered. I'm jumping on Frysa's druid bandwagon. Druids are overpowered.
They're great when they can heal. I mean,
No, they're
They
great
can
all the way
heal,
around.
they can tank, they
Damage.
can melee DPS, and they can range DPS, and they can battle res, and they can shapeshift if they get entangled or anything, or any kind of crowd control. They can just shapeshift out of it. How is that not overpowered?
Everything.
awesome.
Everybody always says everything's overpowered except for mages.
I know.
I've been saying.
You never ever hear anybody say, "Oh, that mage was overpowered." Nope.
No. It was weird though. Is I'll talk to people and they're like, "Oh, mages are the best," and I kill DKs and I kill warriors and all the time. I'm like, what rating are you talking about? Like, do you know for a fact you're playing someone who knows what they're doing? Because I only play in 2000s ratings for the most part, and I tell you that they don't go down easy. No one goes down easy in that rating. I don't know what spec. You can be a what are they called? I don't know what kind of rogue it is. A subtlety rogue or something.
Subtlety.
Yeah, they're not that good, and they still won't go down. Doesn't matter what spec you are, if you're good at this game, you're going to make it hell for the next person you're going against. And I've noticed that in RBGs, you'll see a demonology warlock and be like, oh, he's a PvE guy, and he's trash. And then he wrecks you, and you're like, what just happened? Everybody stop what you're doing, so I always say to people like, oh yeah, I destroy rep pallies, and I destroy these guys, and I destroy them, and I'm looking at them like, you're not even rated. Who are you playing? You're playing trash. I like to see you play the guys I play, and then see if you can kill that rep pally who doesn't ever want to die. You know what I mean? So, it's like, don't talk smack unless you're at least 2,000 rating or above. Right. So at least I know for a fact that you have been against some really good people who do know how to survive
and who have that rating for a reason. They just didn't get handed that rating. You can only be carried so far. And I always tell people this, being carried is fine, but that only takes you so far. At some point, you can't be carried, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, yeah, because you'd be the first one dead
every
single time. And when they start realizing you're the first one that's dying, they're either going to either help you out or they're going to kick you out and find someone else who won't die as fast.
Because then their rating, they lose a rating, right? Your rating goes down each match you lose, right? Right.
Yep. And if you go against the people who are lower than you, what makes it worse is you'll go against someone who is like at 1,600 or 1,700 rating, and you're 2,100, 2,200, and you lose. Man, it hurts you big.
Really?
It hurts you. Yeah. So you can't really afford to lose to people under you. You can lose to people who are above you or at your level, but you want to be confident in who your team is with. And
listen, I'm 2v2 rated 876, okay? So
holla.
That's nothing to sneeze at for me.
No.
Although Matt says it's all him, he carries me, whatever. Yeah, I agree, and I do get tired of people saying they're.
Which tune? On his hunter?
On his hunter, he replaced me for some warlock, and the other day he messages me and he's like, arenas, and I'm like, nah. Where's your warlock at? So he's really good though. I can't even say anything. He is really attuned to the hunter, and he's just really good. So.
And one thing I was wondering too, or not wondering, one thing I found out was I thought, why doesn't everyone want to be a hunter? And I actually talked to a few people about it. They actually have hunters and don't play because they don't like the character. They hate having to control a pet. They hate the idea of always having to be around.
I'm too blonde. I'm naturally blonde. I can't do that. I can't.
I'm a mage, and I have to focus on, when I was watching something like Exario, Hansel, some of the best mages, and you watch them, and they don't always attack.
Yeah.
They spend most of their game surviving, crowd control, helping their friends out, and then they'll come out and burst. And I see that it's like I spent the last couple years as a mage always bursting, and never actually went on the defensive side of it. And now I'm starting to realize that mages have to have a defensive side, not pure offense.
So they can stay alive.
They have to. Yes, they have to.
You don't have any heals. You have one heal that you can use, right? And it's not even really a heal.
And it's a 2-minute cooldown.
Yeah.
So once you use it, and then hopefully you don't get attacked when you're using it. So if you get attacked, it's done. So you have to wait 2 minutes. So after that, you can. But it kind of heals yourself. You kind of heal yourself back up to full health, but that's every 2 minutes, and you got to survive that first 2-minute burst. So sometimes I find myself doing. If you're a mage out there and you're listening to this, sometimes what you want to do in the beginning of a fight, instead of bursting on somebody, especially if you're playing high-rating people, and you're not going to be able to kill them in the first 2 minutes, try to survive and CC before you start attacking. Don't just go out there and start bursting, because that's how you end up dead in 10, 12 seconds. You know, try to crowd control before you burst. Don't just go out there and be a mage and just start doing some big bursts, because that druid is going to heal that guy. That shaman is going to heal that guy, and it's just going to be a mess.
You know, for warlocks, I find it effective to do my area fear and then run and hide. That seems to be the most effective method of me for survival.
Yeah.
I do my howl of terror and then I go hide. That's.
You're gonna be in trouble.
I'm just kidding. I don't really do that.
Diminishing returns.
I don't really do that.
That's the best way to play. That's the best way to play arenas. If you're listening and you want to win in arenas, you got to kite. You got to play like you're afraid, even though you know you can take the guy. Doesn't matter. You have to play around the walls. You have to run around. You have to fear. You have to CC. You can't just think you're going to take them out.
And you have to shout at your computer incessantly and oftentimes obscenities, especially
now,
if you're on Skype.
And if you're going against a hunter, you got to hold your tongue to the left while you attack him, or you're not going to kill him. So just keep that in mind.
It's funny you say that, because I say all the time that PvP is a lot like bowling. You can still steer the ball on the way down the lane if you use your tongue.
Yeah.
And I find myself chewing on my tongue in battlegrounds and arenas all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a two-handed.
Hey, two-hand bowlers are the best in the world right now.
It's awful. I look awful when I'm bowling, like the epitome of awful. You want a good laugh, you take me bowling, and you will laugh for days. Seriously.
I have 3 bowling balls in the trunk of my car.
It's awful.
He doesn't take me bowling. He doesn't.
Well,
never go.
He didn't.
You don't want to go. I guess I never invited.
You never invite anybody for anything, right? Ever.
Sorry.
You just don't invite anybody. Okay, I know, Frysa, you were going to talk about the new.
You know what it is? He has rage quits and then he goes bowling.
He does.
Yes, that's exactly what I do.
That's true. Frysa, you wanted to talk about the new Draenei, however you say it, and undead female models that they put up, the 3D ones on Wowhead.
I did see that. I think that was pretty interesting.
Because you like the Draenei female, so yes.
Oh yeah, I love any female really, except for the undead. They're not that good.
Oh come on, undead need that.
That's one of the new ones that just came out too. One of the new character models.
She doesn't really look as undead as I thought she would, though, to be honest.
It's not coming up now. I think my internet's
I think they're trying hard to make her more attractive.
Well,
and
I
less
wouldn't play her because she's ugly, because I can't get down with the ugly character model.
Well, I think they're great for like warlocks and stuff like that, though. They really are. I think it's going to be great.
I don't know. I don't know a single person who plays a level 90 undead. I don't know one.
I don't know either. Well, I mean, I don't know Horde, so I don't even like Horde. But I mean,
the two best mages are undead.
A single undead level 90. They're all level 45 or so. I don't believe a level 90 undead character actually exists.
If you are a level 90 undead, we would like you to send us screenshots of your tune to facebook.com/PWncast as proof of life that you exist.
Prove you exist. No, I've never seen him.
So for those of you that don't know, Wowhead gives you the ability to go to whatever the new models that they've plugged in. You could do the 3D view, you could spin it around, you could change the race, the class, and see the whole shebang. Do not try to flip the model upside down and try to see under the undershorts, because it's black. There's nothing fun there. I tried it. I'm not saying for any other reason other than curiosity. But there's nothing under there. It's just blurry.
You gotta flip it upside down and then change the class and sex, and then you get to see the purple undercarriage.
But they don't let you see anything else. It's all false. If you're trying to see something, just don't, because I've tried it. So.
She's a dirty girl.
It's just cute. You know how when little girls get Barbies and they take the clothes off because they want to see what's going on?
Sure, the dirty girl.
That's kind of what was happening. That's kind of what was happening. That sounds awful. That's awful. Wowhead Beta Key giveaway. I believe we're in week 3. They're on, you need to complete 2 of the following achievements. Molten Core, Blackwing Lair, and Upper Blackrock Spire. All you have to do is, if you've already done them, you go to Wowhead, enter the contest once you've verified your character. If you haven't done them, go run them. I know Spam just recently ran through Molten Core. You ran through all of them, didn't you?
Yep.
I
did Upper Blackrock Spire in like 23 minutes.
Did you do it, Frysa?
I took some pictures.
Let me say something real quick. So I know I talk like I know a lot about this game sometimes, but in Kata, I had moments where I quit for 3 months at a time, and I'm gonna say something that you guys may have never known about me. You ready? Prepared for this?
Oh, is it confessions?
It is confession time.
I love confessions.
Wow, confessional. We're listening.
I have never done a Fireland raid.
I'll take you tonight.
Never, ever?
Never done a Kata raid.
Easy.
Never done a Kata raid.
Wow. You're not even real to me right now. It's like I don't even know you.
You've never done Dragon Soul? You never killed Deathwing?
I never even done a Kata raid.
It's a lot of fun. You got to go down to the Caverns of Time if you want to find the actual real entrance, not the LFR. I'm level 80. What is it? Level 85 Cataclysm? Yeah, if you're level 85, you can queue up, and it'll bring you there. But if you want to go and find the entrance, it's down and back in my day.
He's like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing.
Generis and went into the.
I have to interrupt. We have urgent breaking news. I'm to tell all of Pwn Nation that Eli says hello from the forest. That's Rocky, and I wish I was a fire mage to keep this fire on. This just in via the iPhone, which that's awesome. But he wanted me to make sure that I did a shout out. And also, Mathematic is not with us. I think he might have went. I don't know. We don't really know where he went. Lingerie shopping? I don't really know. The sky's the limit. What he could be doing. So, but he is not here also, which is why the three of us are.
He wants to join the call.
He wants to join the call.
He does?
He does. I don't know. No, hold on. I think
let's get him live from Azeroth.
Hold on. No, I don't know if he wants to. I don't know if he's ready for the podcast or if he thinks that this is just a regular wild time. You might want to text him on the cast and say you want in.
He's ready for raiding. That's what he's ready for.
He probably wants raiding. He's probably not gonna. He probably just got home.
Honestly, we are rolling a little late for where we usually are.
Okay, we'll get that worked out. In the meantime, don't forget to go to Wowhead and take care of that beta key. Now we're going to have Frysa tell you something really awesome that he discovered this, the 50 fun WoW facts.
Yes. So one thing I want to talk about is if you guys ever want to learn a lot of cool stuff, the internet, as we always known, but it's true. Go to YouTube, and I ended up coming across a couple guys who had some great research that they put in the game. I don't know how many hours they put into this to research this. I could just imagine it was months to figure out all this stuff that they have, and they come out with a video in 10 minutes. And they actually, I don't know all their names. I think it's like, one I know is called like Doran Danger, and he comes out with all kinds of videos for World of Warcraft, and really hardcore, factual guy. He talked about the old gods. What are they called? Azeroth and Yogg-Saroth.
That was the best.
Azurgos and Yogg-Saron, yeah.
Yes, and I learned so much about this game I've been playing now for almost a decade, and I just now learned that the gods are combined into Azeroth, and that's why the Titans can't kill the old gods because they'll kill Azeroth. Is that correct? Is that the right? I think that's the right info I got from that. Are you guys on mute? What's going on?
They're like.
My kid walked in the room and I was trying
the process of infusing them with the planet. In order to imprison them, they infuse them in the planet. So if they destroy them, they'll destroy the planet.
And I guess they've always been part of all the expansions, technically. Although we can't kill these gods because if we kill them, we kill the world. And so they're basically unkillable. So what happened is they actually been part of every expansion by like the heart of that the Thunder King found and they used to open the Shaw gates or all that. That's actually one of the gods' hearts or something like that. I don't know all the facts about it.
The one in the Underhold, right? The heart in the Underhold? No.
Maybe.
The oldest reference that I can recall to the old gods, and I can understand why as playing primarily as a Horde character you may have missed is the Explorers League in Ironforge. Those little dwarves have been digging a little too deep into the depths of Azeroth, and they've referenced Uldaman was a 5-man dungeon back around level 50, 52, something like that. And there's references when you speak to like the statue in the end of the dungeon, they start talking about old gods and when the dwarves were created.
I know exactly what you're
stuff
talking
like
about.
that. You can go back and do the old.
What are some of the 50 fun facts? I know that we watched the video and there's so many.
Yeah, no, I like one of them that the undead was able to talk to humans when they first came out, because since the undead were humans, technically, just risen from the dead. So I didn't know that they were actually able to talk to them. I don't remember that ever happening when I was back in vanilla. I don't remember everyone. I don't know when they cut that off. I think they might have cut it off right away.
I don't even think it lasted into vanilla. I think it was like a beta thing. It was very early on.
They did create an ogre to come out in Kata. You were supposed to be a race as an ogre. That was actually part of the racials that you were going to pick. And then, and they ended up not doing it for I believe it was the Worgen came out, and the Goblin took over that. So they still have plans on doing the ogre as a horde race to pick. It might come out in Warlords of Draenor. That's all rumor.
They haven't even talked about a new race at all, right?
They did create it, though. It's already created. They just put it on the shelf. You can watch in the beta. I believe it was the beta Kata. You can actually play a 2-headed ogre. So it's on the shelf right now. So I didn't know that they actually did that. I know we had a conversation about that a couple podcasts weeks ago. We talked about the 2-headed ogre. And then what was another one? They had a horde kill thrall. That was interesting. I didn't know that they could do that. They had a debuff they got from the quest, and the debuff would take you about 15 minutes as an enemy to your faction. And so what they did is they got about like 50 people together. They all debuffed themselves with the quest, and they became enemies to Thrall and killed Thrall. And then I guess shortly after that, they finally the GMs caught on to that within hours and fixed it right away. But if you guys want to go on YouTube and look at all these crazy facts,
you will see them at the bottom of your screen. I will link down here the videos he's talking about. So there's
watch the old gods, watch creepy things of World of Warcraft. Now I also want to talk about this. So I looked at the creepy things of World of Warcraft, and it was 10. There's more, but he had 10 of them, and I went to every single one of them. I paused the video, and last night I went and I spent about 6 hours total going to every single place. And there's also 2 glitches that he has on there, which he tells you not to do because you could get banned. He tells you how to do it and how to get into these dungeons you're not supposed to get into these dungeons. But there's glitches to get into them, and there's creepy stuff in them. And I guess, and I guess with these dungeons, the reasons why they never came out with them because they would have made it PG-16 instead of 13 or something like that because of the creepiness that was in them.
What kind of creepiness are we talking about?
Like dead bodies floating everywhere and hanging from the ceilings and.
I've seen some creepy things in this. I've seen a chandelier made out of eyeballs, man.
I know. There's some creepy
stuff in this game.
I guess there was some creepy stuff, and that they told them, well, if you make this video, you're not gonna. If you make this dungeon, you have to upgrade the rating of your video game. So they ended up scrapping it. Well, the thing is, though, they didn't scrap the dungeon in the game.
They just made it where you can't get to it.
Can't get in. Well, people, of course, with purpose and will found a way to get in. So they get in there and you have videos of this and they have the voices in the background and some creepy stuff. And I went last night and with my Frysa, insane, I said, I'm going to go try to glitch out and see if I can get into these places. And
so you hear that, Blizzard? This is where he's at. If you want to find him for glitching, come arrest him right now.
Get him a beta.
I tried. I did for hours. I tried to glitch into these dungeons. It wasn't happening. I did everything they told me to do, and I couldn't do it. So I never got a chance to actually glitch into one of these dungeons. But I did check out some creepy stuff there, and ambience is pretty. If you turn your ambience up while you go to these creepy places, you'll hear all kinds of weird voices. So
Creepy
it's pretty interesting stuff.
voices. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice,
Pretty awesome.
That's
nice.
the main reason I turned my ambience way down, because the creepy voices get.
Yeah. Oh, that was
after a while. Yeah.
that's another fact. You know, in the Undercity, where I know you know about this, Spamburger. When you go into the Undercity through the front door, if you take a left, there's like this room where there's a seat in there. Well, if you go in there and turn your ambience up and turn your sound off and turn all the sound off, music and everything, but leave the ambience all the way up, you can actually hear Arthas talking to the people before they kill him. And he's talking about how this kingdom is going to be the best and all this stuff, and then you actually hear him die, I
Really?
believe. Yeah, and it's very hard to hear, though.
There's
you
a
have-
stain on the floor in that room
yeah,
where his
yeah.
head hit the floor.
Oh,
Creepy
creepy
wow lore, yeah.
I do think they need a little bit more gore. I get it. There's children that play the game. Okay.
They
There's
don't listen
children that
to the
play PlayStation
questions.
3 and Call of Duty and kill zombies. What's different between impaling a zombie and seeing some blood?
Because
Right?
Call of Duty is rated M, you just let your kid
Yet
play that.
parents all
That
over
is
the
true.
world still let their children,
Right, but they
including
don't wanna
me,
get
my
that
children
rating.
have
They
it.
don't want to get that M rating. They want to get the
Video games don't
rating.
kill
So
people.
they say
People
suggestive
kill
violence.
people.
Oh, we gotta
And
go.
what is the other thing? Gives them a T rating.
I went there. Video games don't kill people. People kill people. They do. No?
Are we going to have this conversation? I mean, I don't disagree. I'm just saying, I mean, it's just like,
I just want to point
I know,
out that
there's some woman out there.
Mass and Eli are not here to stop us from having any conversations of any sort. So, with that being said,
no,
Good
I
for
don't,
you.
I don't
Good
think
for
it's
you.
probably
Push
not
the
a good thing to
envelope.
debate publicly. Probably.
Well, I used to be part of just to go off subject, I used to be part of a church
This is
that
our
they would,
public.
if they would find out I was playing this game as an arcane mage, that would be dark magic, and I would be a sinner for playing that. So, yeah, that's a long time ago, though. But so there is people out there that would find this game already creepy enough, I guess.
Yeah, and there's
So-
radicals. There's radicals
and right now-
everywhere.
But think of this. World of Warcraft right now is not being targeted by anybody. You never hear about protesters targeting World of Warcraft.
That's true.
And I
I
think
guess that's the way to keep it that way.
I think that's why they'd rather keep it that way. I think the second they start introducing crazy dark magic stuff that you have to actually use potions and actually have to have like sayings that you have to type in that are really demonic. The second you start to do that stuff, you're going to get protesters. You're going to get moms and dads involved. And like, you just stay away from that stuff, in my
But does
opinion.
anybody
Because
protest GTA? You can sleep with hookers and go into a stripper's bar and see them on the pole. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I...
They protest
look at the rating.
games.
Look at the rating.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I
And they
got
don't
you.
have 100. And they don't have 100 million characters on the game.
Yeah.
They're not even close. They don't have the followers that no one has the followers that World of Warcraft has. But
And they have a good
But,
recipe. I guess you don't want to fix something that's not broke, really.
yeah, well, they have that pentagram of those kids. That you saw.
I did
saw
the
that in
creepy kids at 7:45 in the morning, right?
Gotta try it. I'm in. I'm in when you guys are.
Okay, he's right. In the video at 7:45 in the morning,
Server time.
server time, you go to the house to the right in Goldshire, and there's kids in the shape of a pentagram, and you can hear banshees.
I didn't believe it. I went there years ago, and those kids are there, and they're creepy.
Do they sing 1-2, Freddy's coming for you?
Yeah,
right.
they're like sing stuff. They're creepy.
There's
There's
some
all
cool
kinds of
stuff.
creepy stuff in this game.
There is some cool stuff. So guys, if you definitely look below for the links, and then once you click on the video and watch it, there's going to be other videos that you can watch from the same guy or different people, and they're going to have all kinds of cool stuff that you can watch on there for random WoW facts or stories, the lore, and it's going to be good because if you're like me, you played this game very long time, and now
never
you
did
learn.
the Fireland raid ever. I mean,
I've never even done a Catter raid at all.
this is
so.
who's bringing you your news. The mage that did not ever do a cat raid. I don't even know how to talk. Throw me
I
hands
know,
up.
I know. I'm a PvPer though. I didn't dedicate my life to PvE at that time. I was doing a lot of PvP.
Busy killing people, punting gnomes.
Hunting gnomes.
I was doing hardcore PvP when Kata was out. So that was pretty interesting. But I also got other stuff to say about YouTube. If you guys want me to talk about that.
Are you going to talk about the awesome videos I set you up to record? No.
What?
The awesome videos you've been recording.
You can
Oh
tell
no, not that, not yet. I mean, you were gonna say that, but
They
no,
are PG-13 though, guys, so don't get no fancy ideas.
No, I was gonna say that if you're a mage or whatever class you are, but definitely I'm talking about the mages right now. If you're a frost mage or fire mage and you want to learn about mages, definitely you can either subscribe to Exario, Athena, or Cartoons, and you can actually subscribe and Twitter these guys and get part of their live feeds. I guess it's called, what is it called? It's called
Twitch.
Twitch,
It's a Twitch
and they all have Twitch. Well, what they do on this, you go to YouTube and it's all pre-recorded already, and they actually describe how their macros are, their buttons are laid out, what they think you should do in an attack. And I know it took me a long time to actually go and research this stuff because I was so stubborn that my way was the best, and I was pretty close to what they do, but not. I don't move around like they do, and I don't have the buttons like they have, the macros. But they show you how to do all that stuff. And since I've been watching these guys on Twitch, and since I've been watching these guys on YouTube, and it's my whole gaming experience has changed. I'm a totally new mage. These guys are insane, and if you want to be insane like these guys, you're gonna have to watch videos on how they do it. You're not just becoming. Yeah, I don't think you become like that. They became that way because they saw someone else that was that good, and they became that good. So I think if you want to become a crazy mage, definitely watch Exario, Cartoons, or Athena, and watch their highlights.
Are they paying you to say this stuff? I feel
Oh,
like
it's
you're...
easy. These guys are oral, and what is it? Hansel. Hansel's a fire mage.
Yeah.
This guy's insane. Fire mage is like, I ain't really that good, and he would put that to the test against anybody.
I have
obviously.
to interject for a second. It is apparently Mass Medic would like to attempt to... All right, I think we're going to have... I'm pretty sure that Moneybags, the Goblin, has stopped by to do a Grinds My Gears. Is that correct?
You know what grinds my gears? Back in my day, they used to hide the raid entrances in the back of the dungeon instance. Why would anyone ever put the dungeon raid instance in the back of a dungeon? Who does these things?
Why does Moneybags
So I'm
look
glad-
like Gilbert Godfrey?
I'm glad, Moneybags the Goblin, he's going to talk like that. That's what really grinds my gears.
Wow.
That was great. Thank you.
That's what.
Thank you for stopping by, Moneybags.
Honestly, why would they do this? I'm glad it's gotten better. I mean, I remember when we used to have to, actually go to the dungeons and summon people at the summoning stones. Speaking of summoning stones, they're talking about there no longer being an actual physical summoning stone at the BlizzCon for people to hang out and meet each other with. People used to meet up at this big paper mache summoning stone at BlizzCon, and supposedly they're getting rid of it this year.
Oh,
So
that's sad.
I guess that's
so
a thing of the past. I talk about summoning stones in groups, and people are like, "What's a summoning stone?"
That was the only way back in the day. That was the only way to get somewhere. That's it. That's it.
So, just so you guys know, we still have our PWncast giveaway still going on. I want to give away this mount or this pet because I'm going to end up spending this money. So, we're 49 likes away. You need to go to our page, facebook.com/PWncast. Like the page. Share the pin post for the contest. You're automatically entered in the drawing for the pet or mount. The second we reach 1,000 likes, we are going to do a random drawing, and I really mean random when I do the quotes, random drawing. It is going to be 100% random, but you have to have liked the page and shared the page. If you liked the page and then unliked the page, I will know because I'm the one that does the insights, and you will not get the mount or pet. And it is a mount or pet of your choice, so please do me that favor. So, if there's nothing else anybody wants to talk about, I think we can close out this very, very first video
Some
podcast.
questions to the show.
Yes.
I
almost forgot. We did get a question. Christian mentioned on Girls Who Play WoW, he mentioned that back in the day, this would have been 2013, which isn't really back in the day, there was Blizz Blues with Darnell Williams. And what he would do is he would record gameplay, but he would do voiceovers and make these mini, what would you call them, movies or mini funnies. And he's hilarious. all of a sudden his last episode was July 3rd of 2013, and nobody's heard from him since. He was super, super famous. He just stopped making shows. I did some research to try to find out where he was at because Christian asked me the question. He just literally one day just never made another show again.
I loved that one you just showed me just now.
Wasn't that great?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but because we started the podcast, but I was laughing. That was
so
awesome.
If anybody has seen Darnell Williams, please have him contact us immediately. We want proof of life that he is still alive because it's highly possible that he isn't.
That's messed up.
I know, but it's really true, though. We haven't heard from him since 2013. Why would you just stop doing? Most of you who are watching probably have already exactly know who I'm talking about, and he was very popular because of his funniness. So that was the only question that we did get this week. Contact. To contact everybody, if you want to get a hold of me, you can contact me, facebook.com/SamanthaIsIt. I'm also on Twitter at Belle of Warcraft. You can contact Frysa at facebook.com/FrysaTheMage. You can contact Spam at facebook.com/Spamburger and Twitter at I Eat Spamburgers. You can contact Mass Medic by inboxing him on our PWncast page, to which he'll never respond because he doesn't like to respond to people and does not wish to be contacted, but you can do it anyway. You can contact Eli on facebook.com/Elida the Priest. That's pretty much it for us tonight. Thank you for watching and listening. Don't forget to go to our page and like it, and don't forget that we are on iTunes. You search PWncast, you can download our episodes. And I do want to let everybody know that in the very near future, meaning within a few weeks, we're going to be launching our new website that I've been working really hard on live. So be looking forward to that. Great first show. Yes.
Also, get in contact with me.
We're live on video. We're live.
Are we still recording?
We're still going.
Okay. Also, get in contact with me, Frosty1321. Get in contact with me if you want to do some RPGs together. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Say the F word.
Don't say the F word. We've had the F word.
F word.
I smell the burning of the villages at dawn.